So we're still doing the double standards. Okay. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Scotty, and we're here for another review of Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. So let's get into the drama, because when I tell y'all, this fucking cast is really lit. I ain't never seen no Marriage Boot Camp cast this fucking lit since Jessica Diamond and them, and that's when I started reviewing the show. So yeah, let's get into it. So Tahiri and Lynn Toler, they have their one-on-one, and it's basically like they want Vado to come back to the house, but they want to make sure that Tahiri is comfortable enough to have him back in the house. My thing with this is everybody's still coddling Tahiri. And I think that's my issue right now. Everybody's still calling Tahiri. Everybody's still making it sound like, you know, she's just this damsel in distress and all of this other stuff, you know. But you threw 2 apples at a man. You hit him in the head with 2 apples. So even though I don't agree with him yoking you up, that's the best thing he could have done, was yoke your ass up. Because truth be told, he really could have slapped the hell out of you and called it a day. That's what he could have done, but he didn't do you like that. At some point, we got to hold women accountable as well and tell them to keep their hands to themselves. That's just what it is. And at the same time, Dr. Ish visited Vado at the hotel, and he had a conversation with Tahiri, and he was basically saying that there should never be an excuse for a man to put his hands on a woman. Now, me personally, I don't agree with men putting hands on a woman. I just don't agree with that, because like I said before, and I've said it time and time again, that my mother was in a domestic I'm getting my word. I told y'all, these teeth is fucking with my speech. I'm telling you, I cannot talk with these teeth in my mouth. But like I told y'all before, my mother was in a domestic violence-esque relationship. That's what she was in. So at the end of the day, I always cringe anytime I see a man put his hands on a woman, despite what the situation is. But at the same time, how much can a man take? If a woman is constantly hitting him, throwing shit at him, you know, doing all of that other stuff, it's only going to take a minute before he snaps. And sometimes when you hold shit back so much and all of that, when it finally comes out, it comes out at the worst time and in the worst way. So yeah, Tahiri might need to just step the fuck back and just think about what she's doing. Because she could be violent herself. And that's not taking nothing away from Vado, because he was dead ass wrong for what he did, but Tahiri was just as wrong. And I need accountability to go to both parties. Just what I'm saying. Toni is still furious about what she saw in Kurupt's phone. She saw him talking to another woman, and she just really pissed off about that. And Kurupt really ain't got nothing to say. I mean, like you know, just like he always is, he drunk as hell. He don't really got nothing to say. He don't really care. You know what I mean? That nigga don't care about nothing he do. He don't see nothing wrong with what he do, and that's just the basis of the situation. And Toni just need to cut her losses, honestly, because she's the most miserable person here. And this is coming from a person that likes Toni. But she is the most miserable person in this house. And it shows in her face. It shows in her demeanor. It just shows like she is completely miserable. And she can't fake that. Period. She just can't. So basically, this episode is really about their sex lives. And they're just talking about sex and the things that they want out of sex and what they expect from sex. And you know, the only people that ain't having sex in this group is Phaedra and Medina. And that's because they really ain't no real couple. Phaedra's just here for a damn check, and that's just what it is, child. But they were all going in about their different sex fantasies and what they like and all of this other stuff. So you know, that was the basis of that conversation. Well, that was the basis of that challenge. Cause like I said, this episode was centered around sex because it's an important part of a relationship, and it's a more taboo part of a relationship, because sometimes we're all afraid to talk about sex. I know when me and Jamar do our prelude shows, it's kind of like you know, we talk about it, but we don't want to talk about it. You know, we can talk about it amongst each other, but when we get in front of everybody discussing it at the same time, it's kind of like, oh, you know, whatever. So it is what it is. So Hazel and Devon get back to the house, and we find out that Hazel and Devon have had a miscarriage. They lost their child. And one thing about it, and two things for certain. If I don't like you, it doesn't matter. If something like that happens, I can feel sympathy for you. And I felt bad for Hazel because I know that her and Devon wanted to have a baby. I know that for a fact. And I feel bad for them that they lost it. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Especially when you really want a child and you lose it before it even comes, before it even grows in your stomach. They got to be terrible. Especially at Hazel's age anyway. So Tony and Corrupt's relationship is pretty much in question. Like, everybody got something to say about it. And Corrupt just doesn't think that he's wrong. Like, he doesn't see the error of any of his ways. And he just want to point the blame on Tony. But Tony wouldn't be upset if he wasn't drinking. And Tony wouldn't be upset if he wasn't lying. And also, she wouldn't be upset if she didn't see another bitch in your phone. It's just simple as that, Corrupt. And you just got to take accountability for what you're doing. And what you're doing is fucked up. She see you talking to another bitch and you just act like she ain't got no right to be mad. You done went to the hospital for damn near dying from alcohol poisoning and you still drinking. It's like all the things that you should not be doing in your relationship, you keep doing it. And because she has accepted it for so long, you expect her to keep accepting it. But ain't nobody gonna keep accepting your bullshit. Not everybody. Some bitches just might do that. But everybody ain't gonna accept that. And you just gotta understand that and deal with it. Because everybody ain't finna accept your shit. Like, come on now, bro. Like, no. That ain't even finna happen. Shonda checks on Hazel because she knows that she hasn't seen them in the house. They've been going back and forth to the hospital. And she just went in to check on them and see if they're okay. I felt like that was genuine. I do. Because it's sad when anybody loses a child. It doesn't matter if you like them or not. So it's another challenge with the sex lives and shit like that. It was pretty fun to see them, you know, do all that with the toys and shit like that. Like, everything is on point. You know what I mean? And it looks like Medina might give him some ass tonight. And I'm hoping that he does, child. He deserves it. Because I would have given it to him. But Tony winds up venting to Ish about her issues with Corrupt. And she's just fed up. She's tired. And anybody would be tired. Like, you got a man that's an alcoholic. You got a man that's disrespectful. You got a man that doesn't value you. You got a man who doesn't care if you exist or not. That's too much for anybody to deal with. I know how you feel, honey. I know how you feel. I really do. Because it's sad when you love somebody and they don't want to see the error of their own ways and they just don't want to do right. It's the saddest feeling in the world. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to figure out what you want to do. And at this point, what you need to do is walk out that door. That's what I think. And of course, Judge Lynn Toler comes in. She gives her sermon of the night. And then later on, Shonda and Tahiri call Corrupt out. And they basically confront him about his relationship shit. And as they're talking to him, Tony walks up. And Corrupt is scared of Tony. Corrupt is really scared of Tony. He said he felt like his life was in danger at this point. And, you know, when she kept on saying, on God, that's some shit I say. When I'm pissed off, I be like, on God, you know what I'm saying? Because when I say that, I'm really annoyed and I'm really upset. You know what I mean? So, I don't know where this lead. Like, they both agreed that they don't need to be together. And I agree with both of them. They don't need to be together. And as Phaedra and Medina is about to pop skins, Tony knocked on the door and fucks it all up. Now, out of all people, you want to knock on Phaedra and Medina's door. Like, are you serious? You know what I mean? But I don't know, child. This episode wasn't all that to me. Honestly, that's why this review was kind of short. Because it wasn't all that to me. But, I mean, I guess it was worth the review, I guess. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Tony needs to leave Corrupt? Or do you think that she needs to stay and work it out? Or do you think that Tony creates issues just as well as Corrupt does? And that Corrupt is not the only one that does so? Please leave it below and we'll chat. And I'll talk to you guys later. Till my next video, I'll holla. Peace out.